Well, I'm here with Ames Russell. He's with AR's Hot Southern Honey. And I first met Ames at the Bazaar down in Richmond a while back, and I was sold on his honey. In fact, I bought lots of his honey for gifts at Christmas time. We purchased some hot honey, so it's sweet with a kick, but our all-time favorite is the bourbon barrel aged honey. And Ames, will you tell me the method to your madness here?
So I like fried chicken, and I grew up putting honey on my fried chicken. And as I've gotten older, I like more spicy, so I start putting hot sauce or red pepper flake on the honey on the fried chicken. And one night we're having fried chicken, and I do my thing, and my wife said, Ames, every time we have fried chicken, you make such a mess. Why don't you just make a bottle of spicy honey? So that's how I got here.
Okay.
Okay. And so what I do, I make spicy honey, but I start with non-spicy honey. I take clover honey and I blend it with wildflower honey, and they call that a golden blend. When you think of honey, it's clover. And clover's monofloral, which means the bees get their nectar from the bloom of one flower.
Good stuff.
I blend it with wildflower, which is polyfloral, so the bees get their nectar from a wide variety of floral sources. Because of that, the amber of those honeys are different, but the flavor profile is different. How would you describe that?
I would say the second one, actually, like if you wanted to compare it to fine wine, it had more, you could tell that there was a variety in that, like all the different places.
So there's more depth to it. It's almost savory, right?
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
So some people prefer clover, other people prefer wildflower. I want everybody to prefer my honey. So I blend the two together. And that's what I then infuse with the mild heat of chili peppers to create a fun little sweet heat combination. Great as a glaze on a grilled salmon or pork tenderloin, or roasted vegetables like Brussels sprouts and carrots.
Let me tell you what this is doing in my mouth. So you put it on and those sweet taste buds light up. And then all of a sudden, right around the edges, you start getting this warmth. So there's such depth in this.
So I put my hot honey in bourbon barrels for 90 days. I got a call from a distillery in Newport News. He said, hey Ames, would you like some bourbon barrels to put your honey in? And I was like, oh my gosh, of course I would. Let's do it. So this is bourbon barrel aged hot southern honey.
How can you go wrong with bourbon and honey?
So the barrel's the chef, and the chef adds vanilla, caramel, a little bit of chocolate to that honey, and then the heat.
Is a dessert in and of itself. But if you wanted to put it maybe on ice cream or anything. I mean,
so I put it on something that won't overpower those layers of flavor that you get, right?
Right.
So like a nice mild brie cheese, or cheddar cheese, yes, or a little bowl of ice cream, or a big bowl of ice cream, right?
Big bowl.
It won a Virginia Living Magazine 2018 Made in Virginia Food Award. Very proud of that. Now, so my original product was what I now call mild, but I didn't call it mild. It was just my original product. And as I went along, people would say to me, wow, that's so good. Could you make it hotter? The hotties, they wanted it hotter.
All right.
So this is for the hotties. Are you ready?
I can handle it. I first learned to cook in Texas, so there were a lot of jalapenos involved, so let's try.
This is really good, and it's really hot. It's yummy. Boom shaka boom.
Woo! Woo! I got tears coming out of my eyes. You get the sweet, and then the heat just goes boom.
But it's still palatable.
Right.
It's just woo. It's what you, if you want hot, it's what you want.
I like that. That's a great. Hey, this would be great. You have a cup of coffee, and in the morning you just get a spoonful of this. That'll add to the caffeine.
Or my wife puts my hot honey in her latte and calls it her hot Italian.
Hot Italian. Well, thank you, Ames.
Thank you
so
much.
We are so glad you're here,
Pleasure to have you.
I'm so happy to be able to share your wonderful product.
Thank you so much.
Glad
you can make it to the Gordonsville Fried Chicken Festival.
I interviewed the most embarrassed one.
Absolutely, why not? So, what do you think you're going to get besides chicken?
Probably fries or mashed potatoes or something.
Fries?
What do they have?
Fries.
I'm hungry.
It's looks like they've got potato wedges. I hear those to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how'd you hear about the festival?
My mom, I think her boyfriend talks about it. He lives around here.
Oh, okay. So this is an annual event. Good place to come. Okay. Who all did you bring with you?
This is my mom, and that's my brother.
Hi, Mom.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And have you tried any of the other vendors, or is this your first one?
Strawberries.
Let's get a close up of that.
We've been sharing them with everyone all day. You want one?
We shared ours until the end. Oh, they're so good. And I was really happy that the lady had already washed them.
Yeah,
Go ahead and eat.
I know, it's wonderful.
Right. Well, thank you. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
We're excited to be here. Thank you.
How long do you expect your wait to be in this long line?
10 minutes maybe.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Is it longer than that?
I heard 20 up there.
Oh, okay. I hope 10.
Yeah. Well, if you're in good company, it'll go by so quickly. It'll
Enjoying
be
the weather, enjoying the sun.
right. And so a hat man after my own heart. So what are you going to